All right, let's get right into it. For what, the last decade or so, the big push in tech has been get on the cloud, right? But what if that's not the end of the story? What if for some really critical industries, it's actually not the best place to be? Today, we are looking at something pretty fascinating, a total flip of the script. It's called the Cloud Repatriation Playbook, and it's basically a guide for broadcasters who are thinking about moving back to their own on-premises gear. Now, just to be clear, what we're talking about today is actually part 5 of a really detailed 10-part tutorial. It's all based on a deep dive report about moving radio broadcast operations away from the cloud and back on-prem. We're specifically zeroing in on the playbook part of that series. And the whole framework we're exploring, it's not just some random idea. It comes directly from a comprehensive report put together by Virtualization Options LLC. So this is all grounded in some serious industry research and analysis. Which, it brings us to the big question that's really driving this entire conversation. If you're a radio broadcaster and your entire business depends on being live, being resilient, is the cloud a flexible partner that helps you grow? Or does it slowly turn into a kind of cage, one that limits your control, your autonomy? So here's how we're going to break this all down. First, we're going to challenge that whole cloud is always the answer idea. Then we'll get into why having direct control is so important. After that, we'll actually walk through a practical roadmap for making this kind of move. And to wrap it all up, we'll talk about what a new, smarter hybrid future might really look like. So, yeah, why on earth would you challenge the cloud? It feels like moving backwards, right? But for broadcasters, this isn't about going back in time. It's really about making a smart strategic pivot to deal with the unique challenges of their industry, where things like control and resilience are absolutely non-negotiable. And that brings us to the core of the argument, the case for control. For a broadcaster, this need for what the report calls operational autonomy isn't just a nice to have. It's a fundamental requirement of the business, and in many cases, a regulatory one too. Okay, so what exactly is operational autonomy? Well, simply put, it's the ability to run your own tech, your own operations, without having to rely on somebody else. I mean, think about it. An emergency alert has to go out right now, or a critical system needs a very specific tweak. You have to have the power to just do it instantly, without opening a support ticket and waiting for some third party to get back to you. And here's the point the source material really hammers home. Public cloud, just by its very nature, creates dependencies. And look, that isn't some flaw in the cloud model, it's how it's designed to work. But for broadcasters, those built-in dependencies can directly get in the way of their freedom to operate. So what are we talking about here? What are these dependencies? Well, it's things like service level agreements, which, let's be honest, define the limits of service, not a guarantee of performance. It's shared responsibility models where you literally don't control the entire technology stack. You're also kind of stuck with your provider's tech roadmap, which might not line up with what you need. And, of course, the big one, unpredictable price hikes that can just blow up your budget. Any one of these is a trade-off, but when you put them all together, it adds up to a major loss of operational control. Okay, so if the why makes sense, the next obvious question is, how? You can't just flip a switch here. Moving your core operations is a huge deal. But the good news is, the report lays out a really clear, step-by-step roadmap to manage all that complexity. Let's take a look. The process gets broken down into 5 pretty clear phases. Phase 1 is discovery and planning. This is the blueprinting stage, where you design your entire on-prem architecture. Then, Phase 2 is the build-out. You're buying the gear, racking it, installing it, and configuring everything. Phase 3 is all about data migration, carefully moving every piece of audio, every database, and all your system settings. Next up, in Phase 4, you've got application migration. This is where you deploy and test and test and test all your broadcast automation and playout software. And then finally, Phase 5, the big one, the cutover. That's when you execute the final plan and move your live operations over to your new, fully controlled home. Now here's something that is super important to get. This playbook is not about getting rid of the cloud completely. Not at all. The goal isn't to rewind the clock. It's about moving forward to a smarter, more deliberate hybrid model, something that goes way beyond the old all-or-nothing way of thinking. This slide nails the mindset shift perfectly. On one side, you have the default cloud-first approach, where the assumption is everything goes to the cloud unless there's a really good reason not to. But on the other side, you have a deliberate hybrid choice. Here, you look at each job individually and decide what's best. You put control first for the stuff that absolutely cannot fail, And you let your actual business needs, not some vendor's sales pitch, drive your strategy. It's a huge difference. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, it's a smart hybrid model. You keep your core, gotta-have-it real-time operations, like your playout automation and your main monitoring systems, on your own gear where you have total control. But you still use the cloud for the things it's amazing at. Things like huge content delivery networks for streaming, super cheap long-term storage for archives, and having a disaster recovery site on a completely different part of the map. You really do get the best of both worlds. And that really leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. In an industry like broadcasting, where resilience and being on the air is literally everything, maybe the smartest move you can make is to question the default. Maybe pushing back on a blanket cloud-first rule isn't a step backward at all, but is actually the very first step toward building real, lasting operational resilience. Definitely something to think about.